Want to start right here again. This is our what we're going to be doing this week. I went ahead and moved this when you go to my name. When you click on it, I went ahead and moved this above last week's. I left last week's down here. I don't know, just in case I need it for something. But don't come down and scroll down automatically. I made that bigger so you could see it. So what we're looking at in here, I've got it for second and for fourth. I come down here to fourth. You have the test prep videos. You have your links to them right there. Our class now is starting at 10 instead of 9. I'm hoping that might help some of y'all show up. Um, also, I I don't really know. Well, I know that I wasn't happy at all with what happened last week with the FRQs that I assigned you on Monday, and you had until Friday to do them because a majority of you, not everybody, you know who you are. I can't be glaring eyes at people right now because I can't see you. But I was shocked. I really was shocked at the amount of people that didn't turn them in or didn't turn them in until like 2 minutes before they were due Friday night or Saturday night, whenever it was. It was Friday night. So I'm doing it differently now. And I also told you last week, as long as you at least tried, you're going to get 100. I'm doing that differently now too because some of the stuff I got was just crap, and I was really disappointed because I feel like I don't know if it was a different class, I could see that happening more. But sometimes I like to think that you all take pride in your work and that you all want to do well. I know you want to do well. I know it's hard to do well from home, but some of the stuff I got was just awful. Also, another big problem I had was not being able to read some of them. So we're practicing right now with uploading stuff. So when you go to do it in May and you take the big test for college credit, that they'll be able to see your stuff. So really, before you hit submit, check it and make sure that you are able to read it. Okay, make sure that the ink's dark enough, that it's clear enough, because some of these were just bad. And if you're having issues with that, email me and I'll try to help you with it. Okay, I want you to be able to do this well because when it's time for this to happen in May, I want this not to be the part that's giving you trouble. So, because last week didn't work out the way I thought it would, here's what I'm doing. Instead of giving you all 3 assignments on Monday, I'm going to give you an assignment on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday. Now, check out this stuff in red. What I'm giving you today is due by the start of class on Wednesday. If you have a hard time with that, if your work schedule doesn't allow that, even though I'm giving you the rest of today, I posted it last night. The rest of today, all of tomorrow, and the until 11 o'clock the next day. If you're having issues with that, email me. Otherwise, you better have it there. If these keep on coming in late, I want to start calling home. And like I said, I don't feel like I should have to do that. It makes me mad that I should have to call home on AP class. So get your crap together. If you're having problems, you know I will work with you, but I can't work with you if I don't know. So you have to tell me, especially now we can't even see each other. So the assignment I have today, I'll show you that in a minute, and it will be over here. As far as these test prep videos, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing these just to see how they're going to be different. Because last week and the week before, they were just teaching you still new what they thought was new stuff. So these are going to be more of okay, this is what you learned. These are tricks to help you with it. So anyway, I only have the first assignment up because I don't know when I'm going to give you here until after I watch the video today. So once I watch the video today, I will post the review assignment 2 right here. And then again, will be due at the start of class. It may be on AP Classroom. It may be on GC. I will post that here. This right here is where everything will be found. Where I'm going to post where it's going to be, like if it's going to be on Google Classroom or if it's going to be on AP Classroom, it's going to be on My Open Math. It'll all be here on this screen. And if you don't see it and you have a question, all you have to do is text me or email me. Any questions on what we're looking at for your week here?
No, ma'am.
Okay, if that's the case, I'm going to jump over here and show you what you're going to have right here. So it is over here on Google Classroom, I told you. So it's right here. It's due April 15th at 10 a.m. One person's already turned it in. This is 2 FRQs. You can write it on here with Cami or DocHub or something like that, as long as you give me permission to do it, or you can put it on a piece of paper. I don't care. Just when you upload it here, when you go to put it in and turn it in, make sure I can read it. This is not a hard one at all, honestly. So that's that. Let me see what else on here. I don't think I need to talk about anything else on here. Again, a lot of y'all are here at 10. I hope you like that better than 9. I guess really what I'm going to do now is I told you I would go over the FRQs. I have given you back all your FRQs with some comments, some of them. I ended up, there were so many same things happening over and over again. I just wanted to address it here. So I am going to step through question number 3 first. And the reason why I'm going through question number 3 first, because this is the one you did the worst on. Okay. So if you look at your question number 3 and you got it and you had no problem with it and you got a 9 out of 9 on it, you are more than welcome to leave. But if you didn't, I want to walk through this because I want you all to see how you need to do this problem. And I'm not trying to be mean about it. I just want you ready for the test. So let me scooch these down. And this is a non-calculator one. Of course, they're not going to know whether you have a calculator or not. But I'm going to tell you right now, people, I bet if you use your calculator 3% of the time, I will be shocked. It's not a calculator test. They're not going to want you to use your calculator. I mean, I definitely have it beside me, but I don't think you're going to use it any. So, okay. We have this differential equation, and we are given an initial condition. The first thing we have to do is write a line tangent to. As soon as you see write a line tangent to, you know you have your point. Oh, that is ugly. Let me use this down here. You have your point of 0, 2, and you have your slope. And some people try to separate variables right here. Whenever you see write an equation of a line tangent to, you're using that point slope form. So I have 10 minus 2. In this case, my y is 2 from my point, so I have a slope of 6. So I have y minus 2 equals m, x minus 0. And people, that is your equation of your tangent line. If it bothers you, you can go ahead and say y equals 6x plus 2, but you don't have to. This can be the equation of your tangent line. So whichever one you choose to use, make sure that you notate it. Like this is my answer for my equation of my tangent line. Okay, that was worth a point. So then my approximation is just f sub 0.5. I'm just going to go 6 times 0.5 plus 2. And I'm going to put a big block around that, and I'm leaving that. That's my answer for the approximation. So this was worth a point, and this was worth a point. And you all did pretty good on that. So any questions on A? Now, B showed me that I didn't teach this well enough, or else I didn't imprint it in your brain hard enough. Because let's talk about B for a second. Oops. Get these out of the way. On B, find the value of the second derivative. So if we want to find the value of the second derivative, we already have the first derivative, right? We already have dy over dx, I've already forgotten it, is 10 minus 2y. And the second derivative equals negative 2. And most of you all left it there, and that's wrong. You have to implicitly differentiate. So it's actually negative 2 times 10 minus 2y. So you have to make sure you anti-differentiate that. So it wants to find the value. And some of you all got that, but you didn't find the value. So now if I want to find the value, I'm just going to say, and I'm going to say negative 20 plus 4 times 2, and I get a negative 12. So this one was worth 2 points. You got a point for this. And then it says, is the graph concave up or concave down? Well, you got lucky on this because most of you all got this point. And you can say d squared y dx squared, the second derivative, is less than 0. And it was less than 0 for even if you just had the negative 2. So like I said, you kind of lucked out. And you need to say this, a lot of y'all didn't. D squared y over dx squared is continuous. Okay, it has to be continuous if it's going to have that concavity. I almost say if or since. Then f of x is concave down. And make sure you say we're at 0, 2. And this line right here was another point. Now, I'll be quite honest with you. I'm not sure if you left that off, if they would count it wrong, because this is the main part of it, but don't take that chance. This is continuous. For it to have concavity, it has to be continuous. And I don't know that they would take this point off, but again, why take that chance? Where is it happening? It's happening at the point 0, 2. So make sure you fully answer that question. It's concave down because the second derivative is continuous and less than 0. So that was B. And again, that was worth 2 points.
Miss Swishay.
Yes.
Do you think you'll need to ever have a point to justify that it is continuous or not in a question like this?
I don't understand your question.
Is there, if it was a certain kind of maybe a piecewise or something, it was kind of funky, would we need to make sure that it's continuous is a justifiable
Probably
statement?
not, but you always need to check. Okay. Because I can't imagine, especially on this test with just 2 questions on it, I can't imagine they would get that nitpicky. But I have seen multiple choice questions where, if you use the fundamental theorem of calculus, it has to be continuous, and they do it over a piecewise. They use the piecewise, or there's a place in there where it's not differentiable, and you have to recognize it. I mean, so it does happen. I'd be shocked if it happened on this test, though. But it will happen in the future. So you need to check. Thank you for the question. Okay, let's take a look at C now. C was what I like to think is kind of like the meat and potatoes of the whole thing. And C is where many, 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 many woodland animals were killed. It was a slaughter. And how many raccoons, squirrels, cute little fluffy Easter bunnies were killed? Because this is what I got. And I'm going to write it. It's going to hurt my soul to even write it. dy dx originally equaled 10 minus 2y. And so many of you did this. An animal. I'm okay. I scared my kid. An animal just died. People, you cannot do that. Let me say that again. You can't. Oh, you can, but you get it wrong. And this was, like I said, this is the meat and potatoes of it. This is worth 4 points. So let's do it the right way. And if you get this on a test, remember me screaming in your ear. When we separate this, we have to take that whole term under here. And make sure, some of y'all weren't explicit enough in your writing. Make sure you write that down. That's worth a point. Now, you go ahead right here and do this. That doesn't hurt anything. So if you have both those together, that's fine. And this is where a lot of y'all screwed up. The ln, if you got this far, you messed up right here, because this is not a true statement. If I take the derivative of this, I'm going to get, I have to have u prime over u. Well, u prime is a negative 2. So out front, to counteract that, I got to put a negative 1/2. So that's where some of you all started messing up this one. And do not forget the plus c. So now that's why a lot of times I'll tell you, I'll take the derivative to make sure I get what's above it. If I take the derivative of this, it's u prime over u. This is your u. Well, I got to have negative 2 over 10 minus 2y. Okay, so if I don't have this out in front of it, I'm still going to keep that negative 2 up there. There's no negative 2 in this integral. So now, this is what I got. Our initial condition is 0, 2. So now I've got to figure out what c is. So I'm going to say negative 1/2 the ln, and I'm going to put the 2 in right here, and I'm going to get a 6. And that's going to be my c. Now, some of y'all did it differently. You factored out the 2, and that's fine. End up working out okay if you got this far. But just be aware. Like if you up here, if you wanted to make this, and I think this would save some of y'all's bacon, and you made this 5 minus y, but you put that 1/2 out front. So if you multiply that back there, you get that. That would have saved you of screwing this part up. Okay, so now we've got our c. So now we have our negative 1/2 ln of 10 minus 2y oops, equals x minus 1/2 ln of 6. So I sub my c in. I'm going to multiply everything through by -2. And I'm going to go ahead. I know I'm at the positive branch, so I'm just going to do this. I don't need to keep my absolute values. You can't. It doesn't hurt anything. Equals -2x plus the ln of 6. Now, to get rid of ln, we e both sides. And I end up with 10 minus 2y equals, and I'm going to go ahead. I know this is the same thing as e to the -2x times e to the ln of 6. So I'm going to put a 6 up front. Subtract. Oh, I guess I'll do it this way. Instead of doing it this way, I'm going to, let me get rid of this. Because I want my ln to be positive. I mean, my y to be positive. So I'm going to add y to this side. And I'm going to subtract the 6th term, e to the -2x over there. Divide both sides by 2. And if you want to leave your answer like that, feel free. It's fine. Or, and there's your answer for C. That is worth 4 points. You got a point for the separation of variables, a point for the antiderivative, a point for your constant integration, the fact that you used the initial condition, and then a point actually for your answer. And then if you got C wrong, but you did D right for the wrong C, you'd get credit for it. So I'm taking the limit in my case as x approaches infinity of 5 minus 3e to the 2x. Or should that be a -2? Yeah, it should be a -2 right there. This is going to go to 0 because 3 divided by infinity is really small, so my answer for this should be 5. But like again, if you got C wrong, but you used your wrong answer in part D, you still got that. And I think it was just 1 point. Yeah, it was just 1 point for D. So that's me walking through number 3. I'm not going to do the other 2. I'll do another one tomorrow, another one on Wednesday or some other time. But I just wanted to show you and walk you through that one. So any questions for me on this one? Again, make sure when you're taking a derivative, unless you're taking a derivative in x, you have to do it implicitly. And make sure you separate your variables correctly right here. If there are no questions, oh, wow. If there are no questions, a couple things I do want to say. Some of you all do not have that quiz that I gave you on Friday. It's not done. Get that done. This week, the grade you get on your FRQ or on your homeworks will be the grade I put in. Try it on your own first and then work with each other. And if you want to redo it, if you're not happy with your grade and you want to redo it, I'll let you. All you got to do is ask. So you've got your video today to watch. Make sure you get your homework done due by Wednesday. Somebody have a question for me, Ellie?
Could you go through the second FRQ?
I will. I just don't want to take the time today to do it because I figure y'all got to watch the video. I'll do that one tomorrow. Okay. I just didn't want to be on here for 35 or 40 minutes, you know, if you still got to watch the video too.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So I am done. Guys, take care of your business. If you have issues, talk to me. You know that you can talk to me and I will work with you, but I have to know about them beforehand. Okay? So goodbye.
When will physics start? Will that just still be regular time?
Yeah, just 11. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. See you guys later.
See you then.
Yeah.
I just got back. I wasn't here for this hard class. I literally just got here. She finished up. I had to take my dad somewhere to the doctor's back. So did I just miss you going over number 3?
No, you just need to watch the video. I mean, I talked about number 3. I talked about what we're doing for the week. I talked about our NTS stuff.